Hey, fellow YouTubers. It's a little after 2 a.m. here in lovely Wisconsin. Um, just wanted to make a video, mostly because I just watched, a whole bunch of one of my favorite TV shows, because I haven't been seeing it because our stupid DVR won't record it properly. But a show called What Would You Do on Primetime on, what is it? ABC. And it reminded me of a few things that I wanted to tell you guys about, but never got a chance to. One of the things that they showed was a, someone going through a line at a grocery store with food stamps, and the people that were in line that were willing to help this person. The how do I put this? I actually had I didn't have, of course, have a camera put into my face from doing it, but I had a situation similar to it happen. On the show, they had um, a woman come in and say that she couldn't afford, or she had her food stamp card, but it wasn't working, and they asked, or they were like waiting to see if anyone in line would be willing to help them, and more than not, people were not only willing to help pay for her groceries. One man actually went ahead, made sure he had the right amount of cash out of his pocket for what he was looking to buy, and gave the rest of his money to her. He said because she needed it more. Well, okay, I didn't tell anybody about this for about 2.5 weeks. Here, let me set the tone here real quick. Um, a week or so before, 2 weeks. Okay, let me put it this way. All right, actually today, a year ago, I started going out with somebody, and after we had been going out for 10 months and 3 days, and keep in mind this too, we'd also been engaged for a month and 3 days, she told me that she didn't want to have a committed relationship and that we were through. After that, I had about 12 hours of, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, my life is over. I went to bed, woke up the next day, and decided, you know what, I'm going to make myself, my life, and people around me better. Um, so this event that I'm going to describe to you kind of happened afterwards. After that, I realized, hey, I have more money for myself now. I'm going to see what I can, I'm going to pay for friends to do more things if they can't afford it. Like, they would be missing out otherwise or whatever. And stuff like that. Well, okay, so I'm at a local grocery store, um, and it's Pick and Save. I don't know if I can say that, but it's Pick and Save out here in Wisconsin. And I had been shopping around or whatever, and got all my groceries and stuff. Just picked up a bunch of random stuff that I really didn't even need. It was just things that I saw and I kind of wanted, or they were on sale, and it's like, ooh, it's snowing out here, I'll buy cookies or something, stuff like that. Well, so all that, I got all that or whatever, and I was in one line, and then behind me I'm starting to hear a bit of a commotion, and I look back and I see a gentleman, obviously paying with food stamps, and they told him that he was short, and this poor gentleman was embarrassed like I've never seen before. He was almost in tears, and he was so ashamed of himself that he didn't have enough money with that he was trying to go through his wallet to find another. He was scrounging through his pockets and pulling out quarters and dimes and nickels, and it was, and he's apologizing to everybody in line, and not a single person was like, what's wrong with you? They're all like, no, you take your time, you have just as much right to be here as us, we're in no rush. I talked to the cashier that I had at mine, and I go, wow, that sucks. And I turn her back around right after I say that, and I asked the gentleman who was actually running it, was somebody I used to go to school with. He's a year younger than me. I asked him how much he owed, and he told me that it was something around $4. And I go, here you go. And I gave him, I think it was like a 5 or something like that. Or I gave him more, I can't remember how much I did. And then I said, be sure to give him back the change. And I went back to what I was doing. And outside, I kind of got stopped by the gentleman, and he asked me, instead of being chased down by John Quinones, I was just stopped outside by the gentleman I had helped, and he asked me why I did that for him. And I said, do you remember me at all? And he goes, what do you mean, do I remember you? And I go, well, those Hormel dinners that were like 10 for $10 or whatever that you were buying, you only had a few of them or whatever, but still, when you went to pick those up, I was actually in that aisle, and I had just been right there, and we almost ran into each other. And he goes, yeah, I remember that. And I go, do you remember what you said to me? He goes, no. And I go, we bumped into each other. I said, oh, go ahead, because I was being very polite. And I said, what you said to me in return is, no, you go ahead, you got more life to live than me. You go on and you keep going or whatever. And he pushed me, he not pushed me through, but he told me to go ahead and go on. And he was polite, courteous, kind, and very, just all around a good person. And I said, it's because of the fact that he did that I was more than willing to return a nice favor like that. To me, $5 is nothing. But to him, it was enough that he was almost in tears. I don't know. It's things like that that make you go, you know what? For me, it was like, oh, I had just gotten through that big problem or whatever, and I had literally just, this was like a few days after that had happened, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna see what I can do in the world now, and that just so happened to happen, and I was more than happy to help. But yeah, so the show like this, like, what would you do? I don't know, just, well, mostly today I kind of woke up kind of depressed because I was stupid and forgot to reset some stuff on my phone. Yeah. I had 3 alarms go off on my phone. One saying, hey, wake up, it's your 1-year anniversary. Second one saying, what are you guys going to do today? It's because it was supposed to be a reminder that of what we like to figure out what we were going to do to celebrate. And third was, have you called and told her that you love her today? Kind of woke up to that, was a little bit depressed. And I don't know. So, I don't know why, but today it's rainy out, gloomy, I don't know, but I just felt like I wanted to, I don't know, not cry, but just tear up and, have that positive feeling in your body of there are still good people in the world. And, yeah, yeah, I gave me what I needed, and, yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling now, and I probably sound stupid and look stupid on here, but I just want to, anyone who watches this, just make sure that you're doing things right in the world, and if possible, you're leaving a mark on the world. Make sure it's a good one, too. Because, like I found out, or like that gentleman found out, karma can come back. Better than you expected, or worse, if it's bad. So, just make sure that you're being a good person today, alright? Bye.